Tanong pala sir. Ano yung pag-
So I already checked the facilities, the equipment, tools necessary for the assessment, and the test package coming from the test representative. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so I would like to introduce myself. I am Diego Ang. I am your competency assessor for agricultural crop production, NC2 or ACP NC2. So before we start, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our processing officer, Mr. Daniel Ang, to our EC manager, Lara De Mesa, and to our test representative, Mr. Juan De La Cruz. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Candidates, you don't have to worry about their presence because they are here to oversee the conduct of assessment and to check if the conduct of assessment is accordance with the prescribed competency assessment methodology and procedure. Okay? So, before we start, please pass your admission. Thank you so much. As I call your name, please acknowledge by raising your hand and sign the attendance sheet. Allow me ka magtangog. Please sign the attendance sheet. Apple Bautista. Please sign. Thank you. So I have here your self-assessment guide and application form. So it indicates that you can and you know how to perform all the unit of competency enumerated for agricultural crop production NC2. Okay? So I would like you to welcome at your chosen training institution. Welcome to Bundok Peninsula Agricultural High School, your assessment center for ACP NC2. So what do you think is the purpose of our assessment? The purpose of our assessment is to determine your level of competency. Okay? So today, I am going to administer the conduct of assessment for ACP NC2. The qualification ACP NC2 is composed of basic, common, and core competencies. For our core competencies, we have first one is perform nursery operation, plant crops, care and maintain crops, carry out harvest, and post-harvest operation. The different tasks that you need to perform in ACP assessment is conduct a square system in a small area. So we will collect evidences through demonstration, oral questioning, and written tests. Okay? So the assessment method will be used is demonstration, oral questioning, and written tests. This assessment method will help us to measure your underpinning knowledge and skills. For your personal needs, the comfort room is located at the right side of our institutional assessment area, and you can take your meal in the lobby. However, during the assessment, you can no longer allowed to leave the premises assessment center. Okay? So, if you have questions or if you have difficulties in answering, don't hesitate to inform me so we can help you or assess you or translate it to you during the written examination. And if you have a dilemma in answering, don't be shy because we can accept your answers verbally. For our do's and don'ts, if you have questions on there's a need to clarify matter during the assessment, please raise your hand because I am willing to assess you. But once the assessment is started, please refrain from asking questions because it is no longer allowed. And at the same time, during the assessment, if you have physical or any form of difficulties, don't hesitate to inform me so we can address it immediately. If you have question on the assessment result, you have the right to appeal. You can submit your appeal on the provincial office or to the assessment center or to the assessors accredited. For the issuance of your national certificate, the AC manager shall inform you where you can claim your national certificate within 5 working days after this assessment. And after the assessment, when you found out that you are not yet competent, don't worry about it because you can really assess anytime for your own convenience. In case the reassessment is full qualification, so you have to undergo the whole assessment process where you found out that you are competent in some unit of competencies. The reassessment shall focus on unit of competencies where you found out that you are not yet competent. Also, if you fail 2 consecutive assessments, you advise to undergo the refresher course before applying the reassessment. During the assessment, please observe safety as you perform the tasks and activities. Please wear your PPE and choose appropriate tools and materials and use it carefully. Please observe body mechanics to prevent back injuries. In case there's an accident, don't hesitate or please inform me. Okay, so we can provide you first aid. So if it is in hurry, the first aid kit is located at the right side of the institutional assessment area. So with regards to the result of your assessment, we strictly observe the confidentiality to ensure the integrity. The result is only made available by authorized personnel and the institution which you had your training. So in relation to this, the assessment package is kept on secured place to guarantee the integrity of your assessment package. So may I ask all the candidates to refrain from giving away all the information that took place during the assessment process. So do you have any question? If you don't have any question or clarification, I'll give you now your candidate number. Okay, so Princess Bautista, you will be candidate number 1 and Alonica Magtamag, candidate number 2. Since you have your candidate number, we will now proceed to the assessment area. And this way, please. Okay, how are you, trainees? Okay, so we will now have the written examination. So accomplish this in 30 minutes. Candidates, are you done? Okay, please pass your written examination. Since you are done in your written examination, I'll give you now your specific instruction. Please read carefully your specific instruction, and if you have question about this, you can ask me right now. Because once the assessment is started, you can no longer ask anything from me. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, candidate number 2, please go to the learning resource area. Please wait for my call. Candidate number 1, you will stay here. Candidate number 1, have you already read your specific instruction?
Yes, sir.
Okay, since you are done your reading, we will now proceed to the demonstration. And later on, you will be having your oral questioning. Okay, so you may now start. candidate number 1, are you done?
Yes, sir.
So we will now proceed with the oral question. The question is, what safety equipment or clothing you use in conducting field layout? Okay, thank you. So, candidate number 1, you will now go back to the learning resource area and please wait for my call. And please call candidate number 2. Okay, candidate number 1, how are you? Candidate number 2, rather, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Very good. So, have you already read your specific instruction?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in that regard, you will now start your demonstration, and later on, you will be having oral questioning, okay? So, you may now start. Are you done, candidate number 2?
Yes, sir.
So we will now proceed to oral question. The question is, how will you differentiate the tools and materials in terms of their uses and function? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Next question, last question is, what would you do to ensure that your layout is properly done? So much. Okay. Since you are done in your demo and written oral questioning, you may now go back to the learning resource area and please call candidate number 1 for feedback. Okay, candidate number 1, how do you feel about the assessment?
It's good, sir.
Okay, so very good. So my observation is you are competent, but I noticed that you are too nervous and not confident in your answer in oral questioning. Nevertheless, you are able to answer it correctly. In your written exam result, it shows that you are knowledgeable enough in ACP NC2. And I would like to congratulate you for the job well done. So I would like you to sign the competency assessment results sample. Okay, thank you so much. So you know already how to claim your national certificate. So the AC manager shall inform you where you can claim your national certificate within 5 working days after the assessment. So do you have any question? Okay, so congratulations again for the job well done. And please go back to the learning resource area and please call candidate number 2 for feedback. Okay, candidate number 2, how do you feel about the assessment?
Start from user, explain the procedure, and steps.
Okay. So, what will you do if you have to demonstrate?
I will follow the procedure and step by step how to perform the data.
Okay, so what do you learn from it?
I learned that when you start, I will study before the assessment in order to be confident.
Okay. So, my observation is you follow the procedure, you know the sequence on how to perform screen. You're good at it, but I noticed that your planting distance is not congruent. Okay? And I noticed that your formula used in conducting square system is not suited for that certain method of planting system. That's why I found out that you are not yet competent. So don't worry about it because you can be reassessed anytime for your own convenience. And if you have question about the assessment result, you have the right to appeal, and you can submit your appeal on the provincial office or to the assessment center or to the accredited assessors. So before I forget, I would like you to sign the competency assessment results. Okay. Thank you so much. So I hope you become competent soon. So you know what to do. You need to practice more. Okay. So in order for you to become competent. So do you have any question? Violent reaction. Okay. So candidate number 2, please go to the learning resources, and I'll be there soon. So candidate, how are you? Okay. So I would like to congratulate you for your job well done, for your effort, and it is my pleasure to meet you and to assess you guys. And for those who are competent, so you can get your national certificate within 5 working days. So you can prepare a passport size picture with a white background and collar, and also name tag, and your CARS or competency assessment results sample. And for those who got not yet competent, don't worry about it because you can be reassessed anytime for your own convenience. Okay, so do you have any question? So if there's none, thank you so much. God bless, and see you soon.